Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Now, we've done the story about the baby boxes. What Nicola Sturgeon always said was one of her proudest achievements in office, where people who have babies, unlike her, will get this little box filled with a bit of tat, a couple of nappies, a couple of this, that, and the other, bits and bobs, the sort of thing that, hey, it looks like we're helping. Makes very little difference in terms of what it is. And it's been rightly slammed because it is horrifically expensive for what it is. And it's been shown that not only is it expensive, it doesn't actually achieve anything. It certainly doesn't lift the children out of poverty, which would be a much better thing to do than wasting money on an old cardboard box filled with tat. But now it gets even worse. Not only is it useless, not only is it expensive, but there's 20,000 babies who are entitled to it who've never even received it because the entire operation is run so shoddily. More waste, more effort going to doing nothing. That, of course, is the true legacy of Sturgeon. Let's take a look. So, SNP red-faced after baby box figures show 20,000 newborns are missing their freebies. Not that they're missing much, but the bloody principle is if you're going to set this up, at least get the operation running correctly. Because otherwise you've spent all this money and they're just sitting in warehouses gathering dust and running out of date, especially with the powdered milk and stuff that's in them. Hey. Nicola Sturgeon said that every baby in Scotland literally has the same start in life. That's not true, of course. How can that possibly ever be true? It may be what she wants, but then she's a Marxist and would like that. But it clearly isn't true. But the stats produced by the Nats, the stats of the Nats, the pill in the till with the fallen Madonna with the big boobies, suggest that thousands of new mums have not received a box full of goodies for their baby. Goodies? Well, adequacies. They're not good. It's all cheap tat. Anyway, the SNP has boasted about almost 284,000 baby boxes delivered to families across Scotland since the taxpayer-funded giveaway began back in August 2017. So it's been getting on for 7 years, and it's been an absolute shambles. However, the Scottish Daily Express has examined stats from the National Records of Scotland, which show more than 304,000 births have been registered in that time. And of course, if you subtract one from the other, you're left with 20,000 babies not getting a box. The figure suggests that the Scottish Government is failing to meet the pledge that every baby born in Scotland will be given their own baby box. The boxes include baby clothes, blankets, books, bibs, nursing pads and a thermometer. They can also be used for newborn babies to sleep in. What? Although experts say there's no evidence to suggest that this will reduce the risk of cot death. Yes, there's my child. I'm raising my child in a box. Come on, what a load of old crap. MSP Fulton McGregor said, I welcome the new figures which show that 283,118 baby boxes have been delivered to families across Scotland, supporting households with the costs of raising a child from before it's even born. These things, they don't cost a great deal. They don't do any good. Baby death figures in Scotland, and we've done the video on this the other day, baby death figures in Scotland have increased. And they've increased since these baby boxes have been put out. Now, I know correlation is not causation, but even so, it does lead you down a particular route, doesn't it? Anyway, he said, we know that raising a child is an expensive endeavour, and these jam-packed baby boxes from the SNP government will help ensure that each child born in Scotland is given an equal start in life. Yes. You tell that to the child born to mummy and daddy, who are solicitors and doctors and who live in a nice 7-bedroom detached property in 4 acres of land with their own stables and staff. And tell that baby has got the same start in life to a single mother in Arbroath in a 2-up, 2-down rented property with a cracked window. It's a load of crap, isn't it? Anyway, from expanding free-funded early learning years care to the Scottish Child Payment and Best Starts Grant, the SNP is committed to making Scotland the best place in the world for children to grow up. Well, I better get rid of the SNP then. It's far from that. Third world education, that's not helping children. An NHS that's falling apart, how does that help children? People who can't get to see doctors and dentists, that's not great, is it? Transport problems, road problems, communication problems, a central government spending money on rubbish rather than where it's actually needed. And you say this is a good place for children to grow up. Deary, deary me. Anyway, I'll just leave that on there. I'm not going to go through it. Leave it there long enough for you to see. Come up. You can work out if you want to pause the video and have a look for your area. The annual cost of the project is around £8.8 million a year. And each box contains about £160 worth of freebies. Yeah, but I don't think so. Nowhere near does it contain £160 worth of freebies. It may be £160 worth of freebies if you bought them in an expensive baby shop. Of course, they're buying them in bulk. They're getting them in. These things are £160 my arse. Anyway, it goes to everybody regardless of income. It's not means tested, and it means that every baby in Scotland literally has the same start in life, which we've just shown is not true. And do you think some woman who's sitting there with her baby in £1 million house is going to allow anyone, this tat, to touch her child? For heaven's sake. She says, I think in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't cost the biggest amount of money. No, but here's the thing. It still costs money. Money that would be better spent ensuring that the children have an NHS that they can go to. It's rubbish. It's useless. It's been slammed. And ever since it's introduced, baby deaths have increased. Why? Why? They're saying it's symbolic. Yeah, it's symbolic of government waste when you're giving this box to millionaires rather than targeting specific help to those most in need of help. Get rid of the baby boxes. Use this £8 million a year and target those who need the help the most. Is it just me? Or is that just a sensible approach? Surely it isn't just me. Miss Sturgeon launched the pilot at Clackmannanshire Community Health Centre on December the 28th, 2016 in Socky after a trial, and I don't know if that's right. Yeah, it must be Socky, yeah, of course. After a trial, which also ran in Orkney. The scheme was rolled out nationwide on August the 15th, 2017. That's when she went around, looked at children and wished, gosh, I wish I could have one of them. Far too late for that, love. Should probably eat it. However, a study commissioned by the SNP government said the scheme hadn't reduced newborn hospital admissions, and it hadn't increased breastfeeding rates, nor had it had an impact on safer infant sleeping positions. And as I say, figures out show that there's actually an increase in SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, since that period. So it makes you wonder what the hell they're putting in those boxes. But there you go. I mean, I'm going to go Lorna Slater. Nicola Sturgeon said that once she leaves politics, she wanted to adopt a child. There's no way any reasonable adoption agency would let that woman anywhere near a child, given her history. And let's hope that she doesn't, because there is a woman so steeped in sociopathy and so full of herself that no child would ever match what she thought of herself. It would be the worst and cruelest thing to do, would be to ever give that woman a child. And I know there's many children out there that would want someone, but really, there's not one caring motherly bone in that woman's body. Oh, aye, she's Scotland's mammy, but heaven forbid she's ever a child's mammy. I'm coming up. Seems mean. I apologise if it does, but that's how I feel about her. Coming up. So there you go. Yet another fail. For the second time on the same product, as it happens. Fails the first time because it's not very good and it's overly expensive. Now it failed again because the people who supposedly are having it aren't. 20,000 boxes missing, £160 a pop, £3.2 million. Up in smoke. Somebody's making money, aren't they? Not me. Anyway, till next time, stay safe, stay well, and have a root around. See if you can find one of those baby boxes. Maybe you can sell it back to the SNP. Bye.